Hello, everybody, and welcome to our training session today on Minecraft Education Edition. We're going to look at utilizing assessment tools and look at some of the best ways that we can also use build challenges to really bring out the creativity and some other ways that we can learn within our classroom. So before we actually get into the hands-on demo portion of our workshop today, I'm going to actually give you an introduction into the Microsoft Teams live event that we are using today, because there are some features that we want to make sure that everybody is aware of. So today, this live event will function as a video player. So you will be able to play and pause the live training at any time. So if you do need to step away for a moment, grab a glass of water or anything like that, you can pause and then resume where you'd like. And if you would like to jump ahead to the live portion of this session, there is the live button here. Also, there is volume controls. Make sure that you have the correct device setup for your video player, so then you are having the best audio quality. One of the most important features within a live event as well is the question and answer. So if you do have any questions throughout the training session today, this little text box with the question mark here is where you will access the Q&A. So I have my wonderful moderators, Aaron and Chandeep, today, who will be helping answer any questions that you might have, as well as posting some helpful links and tips within the Q&A. So you'll be able to access that within this text box and the question mark here. Also, there is closed captions available for this live event. So right here, you will see the closed captions toggle. So if you would like captions, just toggle that. And then within the cog, there will be some more features. So if you are watching the recording of this, you can adjust the playback speed. So if you want to watch it back a little bit faster or slower, you can do that. Here you can toggle your captions and subtitles once again. And there also are some captions as well as subtitle settings available, as well as a quality control as well. If you are in the captions and subtitle settings, here you'll be able to adjust your text size, your text color, as well as your background transparency. Now we're going to get into our actual training content today, but before we do that as well, since this is our second workshop on Minecraft Education Edition, I just want to go through an overview of some of the Minecraft controls that we'll be using today, as well as the overlay within Minecraft. So looking at some of the controls that we'll be using today, as you can see, with a keyboard, this will be your main space for controls. So WASD, that'll be how you move around. You can access your inventory with E here. You can crouch, as well as jump or fly if you are in creative. And then to access your toolbar selection, you'll be using your numbers. And now with our mouse, to mine or attack, it's a left click. And then to utilize, say, talking to any non-playable character switches, it would be a right click. And then moving the mouse will move you around. If you are someone who would rather use a controller, you can also plug in an Xbox controller per se, and then you'll be able to use that within Minecraft Education Edition. Now the gameplay screen for Minecraft Education Edition looks just like this. So you'll have your crosshair here, so that'll show you what you are aiming at. You'll be able to see the item that is in your hand, and then we'll have our hotbar here that we'll be able to access quickly with our 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then also, if you are ever feeling lost with your controls, pressing H will bring up all of your active controls on your screen, so then you can ensure that you're aware of all of the controls that are available to you. Now, the first thing that we're going to be looking at is some of the assessment tools that are available within Minecraft Education Edition. So the next few slides will just be a short introduction, and then we'll actually load up Minecraft, and we'll look at those assessment tools in action. So the first one is the camera. Now there is a fully functioning camera within Minecraft Education. So this is awesome if you have a world that your class is exploring, and you have an assignment, say, take 5 pictures of different cows. Everyone can go off with their camera, try and find 5 cows per se, and snap a picture. And then once they take a picture, they will save that into their portfolio. So the great thing about the portfolio within Minecraft Education Edition is you will have the ability to add captions to each picture. So if you'd like, you can have them name the individual animals, come up with some creative text or captions for each individual picture that they take. And then from there, you can actually choose to export the portfolio. So then through Microsoft Teams or anything like that, they would be able to digitally hand in their portfolio for you to review as an instructor. Also, while taking pictures, you can combine those with the book and quill. So here you'll be able to have a photo with a caption, and then you can have a full page dedicated to this photo. So say you take a specific picture of a cow, you can have your caption for that cow, and then you can go and say a description of where you found that cow, what you think the cow would eat, or anything that you would like to involve in your assignment. You can have them fill this out on the second page in the book and quill. So that's just a brief overview of the 3 main assessment tools within Minecraft Education Edition. So now what we're going to do is load up Minecraft and go through a sort of tutorial about how to use each of these assessment tools to the best of your ability. So I'm just going to jump over to Minecraft here. Let's go into full screen. Now before we actually get into it, just another brief overview of the main page in Minecraft Education Edition, because there might be some new people joining our session today that weren't at the previous one, so it's always nice to just have a quick refresh. So this will be your main screen for Minecraft Education Edition. This is where you can jump in and play. You can access your settings, and you can switch accounts if you would like. And then also, with this coat hanger here, this is where you can choose your skin. So we have default ones. We have ones with certain themes. So say you're going into a space world or anything like that, you can set your theme accordingly. So then your classroom will be able to find you in that, and you can kind of just role play with these specific skins. And we'll just stick with mine that I have now, but that's how you would change with a click, and it will automatically change, and then you click confirm. Also within our settings, this is where you can set some of your accessibility settings. You can look at your keyboard and mouse, so if you would like, you can change your keyboard layout as well. You can set your sensitivity for your mouse, so that will choose how fast you look around. Then if you are using a controller or a touch device, you'll also be able to toggle some of these settings here. So controls will be the best way to ensure that you have everything set up accordingly and what is most comfortable for you. Then there are just a few more settings in here that I would definitely recommend taking some time to check out throughout your use of Minecraft Education. But Chandeep went into this in more depth previously in our first workshop, so I'm just going a brief overview of what is available. So definitely if you are a new user to Minecraft Education Edition, go into the settings in the main page and make sure that you have everything set up comfortable for you. So now what we're going to focus on first is the assessment tools, and then we'll look into build challenges and some of the ways that you can use that within your classroom as well. So if we want to learn about assessment tools and test them all out, what we're going to do is go into play. And then from play, we can see our worlds. We can view a library of created worlds by Minecraft Education. We can create a brand new world. We can join a world with a join code or import that world as well. So since we want to learn about assessment tools, we're going to go to View Library. Now this is something you'll be able to do on your own as well, but I just want to go through a walkthrough of these tools so then you can have more of an idea before you actually go in there and do it on your own. So within View Library here, we have a few options. We can check out some lessons. So this is great with your class. You can have lessons on various topics, subjects within the classroom. We have our monthly build challenges. So every month there will be a new set of build challenges, certain themes. They can be seasonal as well. We have various biomes and worlds. So say you're doing an aquatic lesson or anything like that, you can have specific biomes. And then we have our handy how to play. So we're going to go into how to play today. So we'll go start here. So this is a great place if you are new to Minecraft Education Edition. This is the best way to become an expert in no time. So we'll go into start here. And now you'll see we have a bunch of different tutorials that you can walk through. So I'd always recommend movement, place and break, and interact if you are brand new, because those are the main ones that Chandeep covered in our first workshop. But today we're going to go into our camera and portfolio and look at utilizing these for assessment within the class. So once we load into here, if we want to actually go through the world on our own, we can go to Create World. But if we want to share this within our classroom, so then our students can be more comfortable with the technology as well and how to use these tools, you can share the link. So if we click Share Link, you'll have a couple of options. So if you're using Microsoft Teams for education, you can share directly on Teams from here. You can get an email link, and then you can get a classroom link as well. And then from here, you can just copy this link to your clipboard also. So once you share these out, if your students or colleagues click on that link, it will bring them to a web page where then if they don't have Minecraft Education downloaded, they'll be asked to download that, or it will be loaded directly into their Minecraft Education app if they already have it downloaded. So there's multiple handy ways for you to share out these specific worlds, but we're going to actually create the world today and explore through this tutorial, so then you'll have an idea when you go and do it on your own. So let's go ahead and create the world. So it can take a little bit to load since I am sharing out my screen as well as running Minecraft, so it can be a little bit slow. Hopefully we will be able to jump right in there though. There we go. So it will be a lot faster for you when you are using it, but just because we are in a live event and my computer's trying to do multiple things, it will be a little bit slower here today, but we all got great patience. So there we go. We are in our Minecraft world now. So this is one of many pre-loaded worlds within Minecraft. Now we know our controls. So W will move me forward, S backwards, A to the left, and D to the right. So now we are in our tutorial about our first assessment tool, the camera. So this is going to be an introduction to all of the things that we can do with our handy camera right here. So the first thing we're going to do is take a selfie with this camera. So everybody get your smiles on. As you'll see, it's loading up. And there we have a selfie. So just like that with the camera, you can set it up on a tripod and you can take selfies within your generated worlds. So now we're going to move on through our areas here to the courtyard. We will see an NPC. And as you'll see in our hotbar there on the bottom part of our screen, we will now have our camera in hand. So instead of taking selfies, we'll be able to take pictures of our environment. So say this horse, with a right click, we'll be able to set up the frame for our photo. We'll still be able to move as well. Then we can snap our picture. So just like that, we took a photo of this horse. We can get a nice close-up if we would like as well. Then we go take a nice photo of this NPC also. So NPC means non-playable character. You'll see how we can use those more so later on in our workshop today. Take a photo of the NPC, and then maybe we'll take one more of this waterfall here. Beautiful. So just like that, we took a few photos of our environment. Maybe we'll even take one more of this beautiful cityscape here. And now we'll go ahead and talk to our NPC. Now, NPCs are characters that you can interact with throughout various worlds. And if you want to interact with an NPC, all you have to do is hover your cursor over them until you see NPC over their head, and then right-click, and it will bring up their text box. Now, one thing I want to point out while we're here is there are some awesome accessibility tools built within Minecraft for education. So as you can see, we have a text box here, but built into Minecraft is Immersive Reader. Now, if you are a Windows 10 user, if you've ever explored, say, OneNote or anything like that, Immersive Reader is a really powerful tool for accessibility. So if this text isn't super clear, it might be a little bit harder to read or anything like that, this button here will open up the accessibility and the Immersive Reader right within this text. So if I click on this, it will load up within our Immersive Reader. And now we'll have more options for our text. So we can choose to have it read back to us if we would like. We can scroll through and read this more clearly here. We have some text preferences, so you can change your text size. You can have increased spacing. You can adjust your specific font, and you can even change themes as well. Also, there's some grammar options, so this is really awesome for students. You can turn nouns on or off, so then you can see which is specific to this. So we can see pictures is a noun, press is a verb. And then from there, you can also change your reading preferences. So if you'd like to have a line focus, you can set that. So then we'll only be reading one line at a time. Demo tenant's not liking that currently. Then there is a picture dictionary built into this as well. So if you click, you'll bring up a picture dictionary. So that is really awesome because I know these text boxes sometimes can be hard to read. So every single text that comes up with an NPC, you'll have the option to pick your Immersive Reader. So now that we took a few pictures throughout our environment here, let's move on to the next stage. So we'll say, I'm done. And now activity complete. So we'll continue on and move through to our next area. Now that we've finished with our camera, we took some great pictures. We are going to look into our portfolio. So as you can see, once again, in our hotbar at the bottom there, we have our portfolio equipped. So if we want to open it, it's a simple right click. And now we can view our portfolio. So we have all the pictures that we just took. We have our selfie even. We can go ahead and name. So if we like, we can set up some names here. And then the great thing is we can choose to export this portfolio as a PDF. So then they could submit it to you as a teacher, or they can share with their classmates or anything like that a lot easier. So if we want, we could click Export Portfolio, and then it would be exported as a PDF with our photos as well as our captions. So just like that, as you can see, all the pictures that we took, simple right click, it will automatically save all of our captions as well. And then with this trash bin here, we can choose to delete specific photos. So say we have two of the horse, we can go ahead and delete just like that. So then you can keep it specific to the assignment at hand. So now we'll go ahead, find our NPC, we'll talk. We're done editing our portfolio. It looks good. We have our specific photos with our captions. So we'll go ahead and say, I'm done. And now we'll move on through our activity. So now that we are done with our camera and our portfolio, we're going to actually open up our book and quill. So once again, you can see we have it equipped. So we'll just do a right click. And now we will be able to edit our book and quill. So here we can have specific pages with specific photos. So if we want to edit this, we'll click that. Then we can add our own page. We can start typing here, describing whatever photo we have. Then we can add a page, and now you'll see this is our photo button. So if we click that, it will bring up our portfolio with whatever photo we'd like to add. So now we have our photo here. We can have a caption. So then if you have an assignment where you have to find specific photos, you can utilize the book and quill to have the photo, and then on this page we can say, or anything that you'd like your students to fill out within your assignment, the reason why they took the photo. It's just an awesome tool to really interact throughout various Minecraft worlds that you are a part of, and it's a great way to assess how your students are exploring these worlds as well. So as you can see, we can keep on scrolling through these worlds, add photos, add various texts and pages, and we can fill out the book and quill as much as we'd like. And then you can sign. So this will disable editing. So then you could hand in your full book and quill, export it as a PDF, just like we saw with the portfolio. And then you'd be able to hand that in and be assessed on your skills when using the book and quill. So it's really cool how it combines the camera with the portfolio and then the book and quill to create this complete experience that you can easily export and then hand in or submit or share as a PDF. So once again, we have our NPC here. So we're going to right click and we're going to say, I'm done. And now our lesson is completed. So the great thing with this lesson, once you've completed, it gives you this whole world that you can explore. We have our tools at our disposal as well. So say we have these flowers here. We know that we can navigate our hotbar at the bottom. So I see my camera is on my second box. So I'll just press 2 on my keyboard. Or you can use your scroll wheel as well to scroll through your various tools. So we'll go to our camera here. Let's take a couple more photos in this world. Another assessment tool that we can use with non-playable characters. So let's just line up a nice photo here. Right click, get the framing right, maybe zoom in a bit. There we go. We can continue taking photos throughout the world. So then your assignment can be as long or as short, as creative as you would like your students to get. As you can see, I really like the cityscape shots. But in turn, into an assignment of its own, where then you have this whole world that they can explore and take photos of. And once again, we know we can just go back to our portfolio, right click and open that up, and we'll have access to all of the photos that we have taken, and we can fully edit our portfolio to share. So those are going to be your main uses for the camera, portfolio, and book and quill. So once again, we're going to go escape. We're going to save and exit. And I'm going to show you once again where you'd be able to find this tutorial to share out. So it's just in Play, View Library, How to Play, and then Start here. And then it will be your camera and portfolio. Then from there, you can go through this world on your own, and then you'll be able to share the link out with your students or other colleagues that are interested in learning more about Minecraft Education Edition. So now that we've learned about our camera, portfolio, and book and quill, let's actually look at a couple more assessment tools that we have at our disposal. So another one we're going to look at is Chalkboards. So Chalkboards is really fun because this is an awesome way to create a digital classroom directly within Minecraft. So I know remote learning, it can be hard for students and it can be hard for teachers as well. Trust me, my girlfriend is a teacher. It's been tough for her. But this gives some more sense of engagement and reality for your students. Because I know for me, I can jump into a game with my friends or anything like that, and it feels like we're together in a room. But say if we're on a video call or even just an audio call, sometimes there's just that sense that you're not directly interacting with each other. And that's why we have Chalkboards, because this can give you that sense of a classroom while still giving off that game feel that keeps all of your students engaged. So we're going to look at the 3 types of chalkboards we have available within Minecraft Education Edition. You can have a poster, so it's 2 blocks wide and 1 block tall. We have our board, so this is going to be the full chalkboard that we know and love from our classrooms. And then we have a slate. So this is only 1 block wide and 1 block tall. So now let's go through our world again and look at how we can place and use our chalkboards. So if we are building our own classroom or customizing an already pre-made classroom within Minecraft Education Edition, you'll still be able to place chalkboards throughout this classroom as you'd like. So if you are wanting to place a board, you will need to have a wall set up with the according sizes of blocks, so then it will actually fit on that wall. So we have this bottom center block, and we will right click. And now we have our board placed where we can type. And then the great thing with chalkboards is we can lock. So then students won't be able to go in and edit the chalkboards. They will be locked, so then they'll only be able to read the information there. And then since you are the creator of that chalkboard, you'll be able to make the edits. So then we'll exit out. Now you'll see what we have typed out on the chalkboard is easy to read. So anything, we could put some equations or anything like that to really simulate classroom feel. You'll be able to do that with your board here. So now we'll go ahead and we'll look at a poster. So once again, we'll scroll through our hotbar, equipped our poster, right click. Oh, there we go. Did it on the right block there. So this will have the same functionality that we saw with our board, except it will be smaller. So then you can maybe put this in a specific part of your digital classroom or anything like that. And then you have your slate. So this is just a small board. If you want to make a sign or just a simple message to your students, you could do that within your slate. So just like that, we've created 3 different types of chalkboards that we can use for lessons, send out any information to our students, or even have your students come up, make an edit to the chalkboard, say fill out an equation or fill in the blanks of a specific paragraph you have typed out. There's a lot of fun ways that you can utilize chalkboards within a classroom. So now we're going to go ahead to our next area here. And this looks at editing and reading. So we have a bunch of chalkboards at our disposal. So as you'll see, we can place, we can make changes. And then once again, if we would like, we can right click and now we can open that chalkboard again. So say we have an equation. You can have a student come up in this digital classroom to this chalkboard here. They'll be able to right click in and then they could fill in the answer to this equation. So that's a fun way to get some engagement and just have people interact with your chalkboards. As you can see, we can put in our various size chalkboards, fill those out, keep them unlocked so then students can edit. And we can fully customize our classroom as much as we would like. And then to jump in and edit your chalkboard, all you have to do is right click and it'll bring you into this text box for you to make the changes that you'd like. So as you can see, chalkboards are integrated directly within Minecraft for Education, and they also have the Immersive Reader tool. So once you've made your changes, the class can come up and look in there, and then they will be able to utilize the Immersive Reader. So we are done here, so we'll go ahead and click our button, and now our lesson is complete on chalkboards. So those are pretty much something that is up to you on how you want to utilize in your classroom. It's just another tool that you can use for the assessment and also to add to that simulation of a real classroom when utilizing remote learning. So now what we will do is look at our one last assessment tool, and then we'll jump into a build challenge and look at some of the ways that we can utilize those. So once again, we'll go escape key, and that will bring up our main menu here. And then from here, we'll go save and exit, and we'll be brought back to our main page. So now we're going to go back to our view library, how to play, start here, and this time we're going to look at NPCs. So once again, these are non-playable characters, and it's really cool how you can use them throughout Minecraft Education Edition. So I'll go ahead and click in here. I'll create my world, and we'll just be patient with the loading. Seems like it's a little bit faster now this time, which is good. Once again, if you do have any questions throughout this, leave them in the Q&A, because my wonderful moderators will be able to answer any questions that you might have. So here we are in our NPC tutorial. So once again, this is an NPC, a non-playable character. Now they'll be throughout various tutorials or worlds that are just created within Minecraft for Education. And also you can add them to your own worlds. Now one thing that you will need to do is turn on World Builder. But first, we will interact with our NPC. Now to interact, just like it is with all of our other tools within Minecraft, it's just a right click, and now we'll be able to interact. So here we have all of our text, we got that great Immersive Reader, and then we have clickable buttons to interact here. So we can go ahead and click Open Gate, and now our NPC has opened our gate, so we can move on through and look at how to actually customize NPCs. Once again, we'll click in here, so we can see our Immersive Reader, and this will even bring you to the Minecraft site, where you'll be able to learn more about Minecraft for Education. And now we're looking at actually enabling World Builder. So you need to enable World Builder in order to actually customize and add NPCs to your world. So in order to do that, you will press T, and this will bring up your chat and commands within Minecraft. We will type in / and then WB for World Builder. And now we'll click Enter. And now you can see World Builder status updated to true. So now that we have enabled World Builder, we have the ability to customize our NPCs throughout our various worlds. So within here, once we right click, instead of just seeing dialogue, now we have our non-player character that we can customize. So we can change our name. Julie once again. We could edit our dialogue. So then we can start typing our dialogue. So then you could fill that out however you'd like when your students interact with this NPC. We can choose the appearance. So just like we saw with our skins for our own character, there is a lot of customization for our NPCs. So you could have a computer even. We could have our doctors. Anything like that to stay on the theme of your world. You could set that up within the appearance here. So say, on our Dr. Dooley here, and then there are some advanced settings. So if you'd like, you can have a URL. So this would be an attachment that will open up within the default browser of your player. And then there are commands. So commands are a bit more advanced. So if you would like to type a command, so like we saw with the /, you could have buttons like we saw for opening the door or anything like that. So this is a bit more advanced. It might take a bit more time, and we can't really go into that in a lot of depth today, but you can add multiple different commands for your individual NPCs. But today we're just focused on the most basic aspects of our non-player characters, which is our name, our dialogue, as well as our appearance. So once we exit out, we'll see we have Julie here. And if we right click, we'll turn off our world builder. So T. Let's see if this will work. There we go. Now, if we talk, we have, hello, I'm Julie. Today we're learning about assessment tools. And then we have that immersive reader here available as well. So that's really cool. Just like that, we've customized our NPC here and kind of brought some more personality to the forefront. So say you have multiple teachers or other people within your school that your students interact with. You could add them as NPCs throughout your world. So then students could have even more engagement with people that they're used to seeing on a regular basis, even within Minecraft. And then those teachers don't even have to play or utilize Minecraft education, but they could still have their identity and personality within the game as well. So we're going to go and turn World Builder on. So T/WB, toggle our World Builder. And now if we want to delete an NPC from our world, all we have to do is hover over and then left click. And now they will be removed from our world. So let's move on and look at adding even more NPCs. So now once again, within our world here, we're going to go ahead and press T/WB. And now we'll actually look at spawning NPCs within our world. Now you might notice I have something within my inventory there. So if I scroll here, this will be your spawn NPC egg. So if I actually open my inventory with E, we can see that this is your spawn NPC. So this is what you'll use to spawn NPCs throughout your world. So if I would like to spawn an NPC on this gold block here, right click on my mouse, and now I will have a customizable NPC within my world that I and my students could interact with. So let's go ahead and maybe add a couple more throughout my environment. Awesome. So easy and fun to customize your NPCs. You can put them up high as well if you would like. There we go. Maybe do one more. Try and get it up there. There we go. And now you might notice, okay, they all look the same. They all say NPC. So just like we saw before, if I left click, oh, sorry about that. I'll have all of those customization options again. Say I want to create Mitch. Go ahead and find, oh, that looks close enough. There we go. We have me. Go ahead and we could create our Julie once again. Find our character, keep it consistent. Go ahead and keep on modifying our NPCs. We can change appearance. Just brings a crazy amount of engagement and realism to your world. Having these interactive characters, where we'll go ahead and press T, turn our world builder off, and now we can engage with all of these NPCs here. So you can keep a continuing dialogue like we have done with Julie, and we can create brand new personalities and continuing characters throughout our Minecraft environment, utilizing these NPCs. So once again, to do that, we'll go through the steps here because this can be a little bit confusing and is a new experience for a lot of people. So we'll go T, so that is T for tiger on our keyboard, and this brings up your chat and commands. Then we go /WB, Press enter, and now we are in our world builder. In our inventory, make sure we have the spawn NPC egg equipped. And then we right click, and that is how we will spawn NPCs. And then once again, hover over that NPC, right click, and then that is how you'll customize that character. So they're very fun to use, especially when you are creating a full world or a classroom if you want to have, say, a robot assistant or something like that. Just something fun. You can set that up that your students will be able to engage with and talk to. So then you can just create the classroom that you want to have within Minecraft. So now to press a button, right click, and now our lesson is complete on non-player characters. So those are a few of the assessment tools that you can utilize within Minecraft for education. Oh, this is a little scary with all of these NPCs just staring at me, so I'm going to go ahead and escape, save and exit, and I'll show you once again how to access and share those resources, and then we'll move on to build challenges. Because I know personally from hosting workshops with students, build challenges are the most engaging and fun things that you can do within Minecraft education. But for those assessment tools, if you're eager to learn after this workshop, you'll just go into Play within your Minecraft Education Edition, View Library, How to Play, Start here, and then from here, I'd recommend starting with your camera and portfolio and just moving on from 4 to 6. And after that, you'll definitely be an expert with using assessment tools. Before we move on, though, as you can see, there are plenty of tutorials that you can load up. So these are 2 that I have loaded. There's chemistry built within Minecraft. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's pretty amazing how much you can learn. And then there is even code builder built into Minecraft as well. So if you are wanting to learn more in the how to play, there's a lot of great tutorials built directly within Minecraft for education. So now what we will do is look into build challenges. So you can create your own worlds like we saw, or explore your biomes, take some photos, and have your students interact and explore these worlds. But if you want to really test their creativity, build challenges are a wonderful tool to do that. So if we go into the monthly build challenges section here, you'll see that Minecraft for Education has a lot of various build challenges that you can automatically load and generate. So if you would like to say, check out this architecture build challenge, all we would do is click. And then from here, we can create the world. So as you can see, there's a description. Pick a partner, choose a style of architecture from history to emulate. It has a full objective for you. And then there is extensions that you can add as well. So you can work in the same world as your classmates and create a small town featuring different types of buildings in this same build challenge. We could share out this link. So if I would like, once again, just like we saw with those assessment tools, we can share out these various build challenges. So if we want our whole classroom to do this architecture build challenge, we could share out the link to this world so then they could open up their own world, or we could go ahead and create this world here. So now this will take a little bit to import. Hopefully a bit faster than our first attempt. And now we'll load right into our build challenge. So within here, this will be a little bit laggy. I really apologize for that. I hope it is okay on your end. But since this is a world that we have created, like we saw before, we can send out the link to this world that our students can open up individually. But if I press escape, and I bring up my menu here, and if I go to this section, I can start hosting this world. So what that means is I could bring in students, colleagues into this world, and we can work on a build challenge together. Because I know that's one of the best parts. Building stuff alone is awesome. It's so fun and can be great if you have a really competitive classroom environment. But sometimes teamwork is the best thing that you can do. So hosting a world and bringing all of your students in there can be a wonderful way to increase your morale as well as show great examples of teamwork. So I'll confirm that I'm hosting here. And now what Minecraft will do is it will generate a join code here. So if I'd like, say, Chandeep to join my world, he would go into his menu and enter in the join code here of a llama, the agent, a balloon, and a pickaxe. So we'll just give Chandeep a second to enter in those codes. Oh, there he is, already in. And you'll see that Chandeep has now loaded within our world. And now that we have another person in our world, we can actually manage our permissions here. So as you can see, I am the owner. But if I click over Chandeep's name, I could change if he is just a visitor, so he can freely explore the world, but can't interact with blocks or anything. So this is really good if you, say, create an interactive world. You can still have people join without the worry that they might destroy things. He can be a member, so an operator. So just like me, he'll be able to set any permissions of people that are joining. So we'll let him be an operator today. Then from here, you can also choose to remove the player. So now that we have another person within our world, let's do a little exploring. Walk around this build challenge on architecture, where it gives you a great example of what you could have your students try and emulate. So when we are in a build challenge, you are in creative mode within Minecraft. So we have this awesome structure. So say to your students, okay, everybody, you have 10 minutes to do this structure here. So then all of your members within your world, with simple E, they will have all of these materials at their use. So they could take all the materials used that they saw within here, and they could try and build a structure to best copy this one. Or they could continue on and build a structure that can kind of relate to this. And it's just awesome to set this, say, a 10-minute time period, because I know when I was a student, I loved seeing how fast I could do certain things comparatively to other people, and you can work together as a team to build a great Roman structure just like we see here. So see with Chandeep, if he would like, he could start trying to build something that looks just like this, or he could continue on with the theme within our build challenge. So once again, if you are also within this world as an operator, if we press space twice, you can also fly throughout. So as you can see, Chandeep is building within our world. Let's see if I can, I'm going to go into our T here. I believe there is a way that we can turn off the day cycle. There we go. There we go. Now we can actually see better. Sorry about that. So now we can see Chandeep. He is trying to copy this structure here best that he can. He's sweating because of the 10-minute time period. So as the teacher, the instructor, we could fly throughout this world. We can see what all of our students are up to, what they're all building, and we can keep tabs. And then as a team, we could all explore everybody's structures later on. So we'll see what Chandeep can get up to. But once again, if you're looking to fly, it's just double tap on your space. Then press E, and we can explore all of our blocks. So say we would like to help out Chandeep here. What we want to do is probably find, there we go, a quartz block. So we'll click that, drag it into our hotbar here. Maybe this one too, the chiseled would be good to have. Then we can click X. And now just like we saw with rotating through our inventory here, I can find this quartz block. Oh, that pig was in Chandeep's way. That is okay. And we can go ahead and we can start helping out and placing our blocks. So to place a block, it is a right click on the specific point, and then you'll be able to build alongside. So this is a great way. You can be in a Teams call or any other way like that. You can use text to communicate, and then you can really collaborate and utilize teamwork within this build challenge. So this is just one of the build challenges built within Minecraft. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to press escape. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to save and exit. So what this will do is this will actually save this world that we could access on another day. So this world isn't stuck within this time period. We could have, say, a month-long build challenge going where we're trying to build a certain community or anything like that, and we could access that later on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save and exit. And let's load up another build challenge just so you can see how they differ from one another. So we're going to go back to our view library here, monthly build challenge. Let's see, let's try and find something that I think would be really cool to show off. I love build a treehouse. I know a lot of students really enjoy that one, as well as building a campsite. But I want to look at our book covers because I think this is a great way. As you can see, it gives you your tags. So language arts, really good for English. Say you're studying in a specific book or you're having anything like that where your students are reading a specific book as well. We can go ahead and create this world. We can share it off as well. So we'll go ahead and load. This one is best used individually. So you're going to want to share that link instead of sharing that join code like we did with the previous one. Because you'll see once we actually load into this world here, how it kind of differs. There is only really one book to work off. So this is a world that you're more so going to share the link out for your students to access individually. And then from there, they could use those assessment tools by taking a photo of their book cover or anything like that. So once we load in here, I'll show you how they could do that. So this world is taking a little bit here. Minecraft wasn't responding, but I think we're in now. Awesome. So what I'll do is if Chandeep wants to join, he doesn't have to for this one, but we'll just open up our escape to bring in our menu, go to our players, start hosting, then we'll have our join code. So it's cookie, pickaxe, carrot. So if Chandeep wants to join, he can. Leave that join code up for a second, but he doesn't need to. There we go, he's in. So we'll go ahead and escape from that. And now this one is awesome. I love to show this one off. So this doesn't really look like anything right now, but if I double space to fly, we can see that we have a book. So this is a blank book cover for our students to customize with, say, a specific book that they are studying at the time, or maybe even getting really creative and creating their own book cover. You'll be able to do that in this build challenge. So as you can see, why I say this is best to share the link for this individual world, there is only one book that is automatically generated within this build challenge. If we fly down to the ground, within here, right-click our chest, we have all of our colors of wool that we could use to build. So if we want to take cyan, maybe white wool as well, and then some yellow wool and exit out of there. We can fly back up. Then we could be looking at the book cover that we want to emulate. We can start placing our blocks. So I won't be able to do a whole book cover, just kind of showing you what it might look like. Then you can hover up to the top. And over time, you could have a full book cover created directly within Minecraft. Now, if we go to our inventory here, we could even use all of these other materials. So if your students are feeling really creative, they could keep on adding specific things. It doesn't have to just be wool. Then we could find our camera. There's so many items. I apologize. It might take me a second here. There we go. Equip our camera. as well as portfolio. So as you'll see, there are multiple ways to grab items. If I want to grab 64, I would left click. But if I want to just grab a single item, right click, and then you'll only grab one. So once again, we'll use those assessment tools that we saw before. We'll go to our camera, Smile Chandeep, and we'll use our camera here to take a photo of our book cover. Then we'll go into our portfolio, just like we saw before. And if they're feeling creative, they could create their own book cover, or they could copy their title and then export that portfolio to hand in as an assignment. So that's one of my favorite build challenges to show off is the book cover, because it really brings in those tools that we saw for assessment, as well as fully utilizing the creativity of Minecraft. So once again, as a picture, if you would like to take it, you're going to want to fly up nice and high, equip your camera, and then snap a photo there. So those are your build challenges. Once again, to join those worlds, you'll utilize your join codes here. And I'll show you how you will use those join codes once again if you want to actually join the world. But to find all of those build challenges, they're in the view library and in the monthly build challenges here. So a next step that I would recommend for you is going into your Minecraft Education Edition and just checking out all of these different build challenges and start brainstorming some ideas for your classroom and exploring your how to play section and just checking out all of the library that is available for you. So as you can see in our lessons, we have a bunch of different topics that you can explore as a class. We have a bunch of biomes and worlds that are automatically created that you can search for as well. So we even have Minecraft graduations. We've done one of those before with Microsoft. Very awesome. And we have a classroom here that you can customize as well. And then if you would like to create your own world, you'll utilize the create new. Then if you want to join a world or have one of your students join, this is where you'd enter in that join code. So just like we saw with, say, the carrot, the pickaxe, this is what I was talking about when I was explaining those icons. So that about covers all of our content today. But if you would like, there have been a lot of resources that have been added within our Q&A section today in our live event. So if you couldn't get the Slate to work, I just see a question here. You have to just ensure that you are on a single block and you have that one block selected. There needs to be a backing block. You can't just post it in the air or on dirt or anything like that. So you have to have the specific block. It could also be a bug. So I might recommend restarting your game because sometimes with games that can happen. So as you can see, Aaron has posted a lot of different resources. And there is a really awesome world right now, the Manitowabi Aki. So if we go into our browser here, I'm going to open up Minecraft once again. And this is a world that I would recommend checking out. So once again, if you follow that link, you'll be able to open this world. We can go to Create World. Now I'll load into here to wrap up our session because we have about 3 minutes left. So if you do have any more questions, please feel free to ask away before we end our stream today. But I'll just show off this world for the last few minutes that we have and show how you could use some of those assessment tools once again. Also, Aaron has posted a Find a Mentor page, so if you are wanting to learn even more, you can check out education.minecraft.net, and then there is a great community with a lot of different resources, so then you can continue your learning with Minecraft for Education. So hopefully we can load in here if my device likes. So as you can see, we have a complete world that we could explore. We could take out our camera. We could try and get some awesome photos And we have all of these non-player characters that we can fully interact with. So we can speak to our guides here. They have all text that we can read through. This is one of the new worlds I would definitely recommend exploring. And we can take some photos. So everyone smile. There we go. And then we could use those same assessment tools that we saw with this created world. So once again, Aaron posted the link to this world. So if you are eager to explore various Minecraft of those before with Microsoft, very awesome. And we have a classroom here that you can customize as well. And then if you would like to create your own world, you'll utilize the create new. Then if you want to join a world or have one of your students join, this is where you'd enter in that join code. So just like we saw with, say, the carrot, the pickaxe, this is what I was talking about when I was explaining those icons. So that about covers all of our content today. But if you would like, there have been a lot of resources that have been added within our Q&A section today in our live event. So if you couldn't get the Slate to work, I just see a question here. You have to just ensure that you are on a single block and you have that one block selected. There needs to be a backing block. You can't just post it in the air or on dirt or anything like that. So you have to have the specific block. It could also be a bug. So I might recommend restarting your game because sometimes with games that can happen. So as you can see, Aaron has posted a lot of different resources. And there is a really awesome world right now, the Manitowabi Aki. So if we go into our browser here, I'm going to open up Minecraft once again. And this is a world that I would recommend checking out. So once again, if you follow that link, you'll be able to open this world. We can go to create world. Now I'll load into here to wrap up our session because we have about 3 minutes left. So if you do have any more questions, please feel free to ask away before we end our stream today. But I'll just show off this world for the last few minutes that we have and show how you could use some of those assessment tools once again. Also, Aaron has posted a Find a Mentor page. So if you are wanting to learn even more, you can check out education.minecraft.net. And then there is a great community with a lot of different resources. So then you can continue your learning with Minecraft for Education. So hopefully we can load in here if my device likes. So as you can see, we have a complete world that we could explore. We could take out our camera. We could try and get some awesome photos. And we have all of these non-player characters that we can fully interact with. So we can speak to our guides here. They have all text that we can read through. This is one of the new worlds I would definitely recommend exploring. And we can take some photos. So everyone smile. There we go. And then we could use those same assessment tools that we saw with this created world. So once again, Aaron posted the link to this world. So if you are eager to explore various Minecraft education worlds today, definitely try downloading this one. So that about does it today. So I would just like to thank everybody for joining our session today. And thank you as well to Aaron and Chandeep for moderating and Chandeep for jumping into our build challenge. There will be a recording available of this session, but one thing I would recommend, just jump into Minecraft and explore all of the tutorials as well as available worlds. So thank you all once again for joining. I hope you learned something today, and take care and have a great day.